Hello and welcome back to a brand new video where today I'm very excited to announce that we have some more information about the upcoming brand new PlayStation 4 console, which currently seems to be the code name of NEO or the PS4.5, the PS4K. So there's plenty of names going around, but apparently according to the latest rumor that the PlayStation 4 code name is called NEO, so you know, Neo from the Matrix and that kind of stuff. I mean, earlier this year there were rumors speculating about a new upcoming PlayStation 4 console. We didn't know if this was going to be an external hardware to improve the current PS4 or a brand new PS4 console to work alongside the current PS4, because I made a video a few weeks ago talking about the PS4.5, the PS4K, and then a few weeks before that video Xbox announced, basically Phil Spencer announced, that why can't we upgrade our current consoles just like we can do with our PCs? So if you do enjoy today's video, then be sure to give this video a massive thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and also comment down below your thoughts about this brand new PS4, which seems to be coming later this year. I've got some information about the new specs, what to expect, the pricing wise, games, how features work, will the old PS4 play with the new PS4, will they share the same features? I have all that kind of information, so stay tuned and let me know in the comments down below. Will you be picking it up? Because at the end of the day, like, it's, you know, roughly the same price as a brand new PS4, but better hardware, so please let me know in the comments below. First things first, before I go into the actual specs, what are we exactly going to expect from a brand new PS4 console? Well, we're going to expect a higher clock speed on the CPU, which is good, so obviously better processing power, and an improved GPU with a higher bandwidth and memory, so obviously the CPU for processing and the GPU, you know, supporting better graphics, better frame rates, new resolutions, like especially like 4K. Obviously, a lot of people want to get into 4K gaming, so a new GPU with, you know, a higher bandwidth and memory will hopefully support 4K resolution. And the hard drive now, this is where I'm a little bit disappointed apparently. So the hard drive is known to be the same as the current PS4, which is a standard hard drive. In my 1TB is the 1TB hard drive. I know you can upgrade to SSD, and some people do that because it speeds up load times on games and all that kind of stuff. And if I was, you know, creating a new PS4, I would definitely go for an SSD, because a 1TB 960 gig SSD is around about £150, so it's not that expensive. So Sony, if you're listening and you're watching this video, please provide us with an SSD as standard, that'd be pretty cool. So now we're going into the interesting part of the video, where we're going to compare the current specs of the current PlayStation 4 versus the rumoured brand new PS4 Neo system with their specs. And I have to admit, some of these specs are pretty impressive for the new PlayStation 4. So, regarding the original PS4, just to give some background information so we can compare the differences to see if it's worthy of an upgrade. It's an 8 Jaguar core at 1.6 GHz processor. It's pretty standard, pretty decent processor. The GPU is an AMD GCN. It has 18 CUs at 800 MHz speed. The memory is 8GB GDR5 RAM with 170 gigabytes of speed, which is not bad. Then the PS4 Neo specs, wow, it's the same for the CPU, is exactly the same. However, it looks like it's been overclocked. So it's at 8 Jaguar cores at 2.1 GHz. So that's from 1.6 all the way to 2.1 GHz. The GPU is an improved AMD GCN graphics card, which they currently are using. However, it has 36 CUs at 911 MHz of speed, so that's an increase of 111 MHz of speed, which is a pretty fancy upgrade. Now the memory, well, the memory is pretty much roughly the same. However, we have an increase in speed, which is very impressive for what they've done. So it's 8GB GDR5 RAM at 218 gigabytes per second speed. However, it's an increase from the previous PlayStation of 42 gigabytes per second, which is pretty nice for RAM. The more RAM we have, the more RAM we have. Obviously it allows the PlayStation to be smoother, and obviously with a better GPU and better CPU, we're hoping for obviously a better performance. So what I'm going to talk about now is what actually can developers do with this new power, and what can we expect from the brand new hardware. Well, games running in NEO mode, so the brand new PS4, will be able to use the hardware upgrades with an additional of 512 MIB memory, which is good. So obviously, the developers now have more additional memory to work on their games to make them better. However, something to do speak about is that there won't be PlayStation 4 NEO games only. They won't do that. So a developer will create their game. However, when you put the disc in, it will notify, oh hey, you got the new PlayStation 4, so you'll be able to play at a higher frame rate, a higher resolution. That's how it's going to work. So, what will actually be what can we actually benefit from this? Well, it will often increase stable frame rates. If you didn't know, some games don't have stable frame rates at all, especially in racing games. If let's say you're playing a racing game, right, and you're the only car on screen, you might be rocking out 30, 60 FPS, right? But in a second you have like 8 players on the same screen, you have to start a race. The second they start moving, your frame rate drops from like 30 to 22. Reason is that the game has to control and like visualize all those cars moving. So having a stable frame rate will be able to have a consistent frame rate all over the board, which is pretty nice. Now, regarding price as well as release stage, the price is around about $400. So it's like the original price of the PlayStation 4. The release date we're expected for September or October 2016, which I'm very excited about. And one last thing regarding the new spec upgrades is also regarding frame rate. We're hoping to see an upscaled version of 4K. So the 4K won't be native apparently, like the native 1080p we currently have. But playing a game in 4K is pretty cool. I mean, at the moment you can play in 4K, but it's like really upscaled. It's like if you have a 4K TV, it's like, oh, 4K. But it's really upscaled, whereas this is going to be like better. It's not going to be native 4K, but it's going to be better than it is currently, which is pretty cool. Because I think if you play PlayStation on a 4K screen, I think it only supports 1080p. It might support 4K, but it might not be the best. It might be really stretched. So please let me know if you do have a 4K TV and you're currently playing on your PlayStation 4. Can you play 4K currently? But finally, the PlayStation 4 NEO will use the same PSN store as the current PS4, as well as the online features. The only differences between the two is hardware. So please let me know in the comments, guys, down below. Will you be interested in purchasing the PlayStation 4 NEO? It's something which I might consider, because you guys thoroughly enjoyed my PS4 unboxing video, so I definitely might pick it up and do an unboxing of it. So, anyway, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to give it a massive thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and also comment down below on what wonderful jazz. But as always, I'll be seeing you guys in my next video. Adios, chaps. Boom.